Cancer, hello. We're going to do your reading for the week of March 14th. We're going to take a look at last week, this week, and next week, just to get an idea of what's going on either side of you, right? What you've been through, what's coming in. Kind of helps me get a full picture of what's going on so I can best sort of discuss what's channeling through and communicate it as clearly as I can. Now I will say yesterday when I did the air signs, it was all discombobulated, so hopefully we have better luck today with the water signs. Please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps me and the channel. And for those of you that have had issues with getting notified, if you unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then hit the bell, that should hopefully reset that for you, because I have gotten a couple of complaints. Wow. 7, 25, and 52. So 777. Look at that. Okay, so it looks to me like last week you may have kind of set sail into the unknown here. Definitely being guided heavily by your lovely Cancer intuition. We also have the elephant spirit here, so there's something showing back up, I feel like, from the past. And I feel like you're going to tap into what you've learned in order to kind of navigate whatever's coming up here. Because it kind of has this vibe to it of you know, when you leave something behind and you're going off on a brand new adventure, you still have all that wisdom from the past, right? Even if you're doing something brand new, you still have a lot of wisdom within you, and it looks like that's what's coming in here. And then this next week we have priorities. It says building blocks for life. So it could very well be that you're very focused on certain things. You know, really that first level, right? When we're looking at the first level of that pyramid there, we're talking about root chakra. We're talking about base security. I mean, so you could just be at this time or kind of really focusing on finances, getting your feet back under you, making your home a stable place, paying the bills, before you begin, you know, looking at more pleasurable things. So we're going to see. 777. So you might be seeing that number a bit. We have the King of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the Magician. The 8 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, wow, the Queen of Swords, 9 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm loving this last row for sure. It looks like just you really making some big, serious choices when it comes to taking care of yourself, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your family, when it comes to just your overall happiness. That's your focus coming into this next week. It does look to me like you may have been recently going through a separation from a soulmate. We have the King and Queen of Swords here, and then the 8 of Cups. So we're going off on this journey into the unknown because we are potentially leaving behind a soulmate, or a soulmate has left us behind. And it's kind of this maybe uncomfortable prospect, right? Kind of going off and just following your intuition. I do feel like your intuition's been saying it's time to go. For those of you that resonate with that message, we're going to clarify and get some more here. It does look like there's movement forward here this week, but I do feel like there's maybe something you're trying to avoid, some sort of decision that you're not making, that you're maybe got your guard up a little bit, and I do feel like it could be because of perhaps this past relationship, perhaps you got your confidence knocked in some way, but there is some sort of choice centered here in the middle of your reading. We're going to find out what. Look, there you are, Cancer. We got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, the Fool. There you are again, the Queen of Cups. So you're headed right into new beginnings here, into the unknown, taking control, and specifically using your willpower to make things happen. It's interesting because we've got the Stag here on this card, and that talks about abundance. So you're definitely very focused on improving overall your life, right? In the past, it looks like we've got the Five of Swords, Seven of Wands, the Star, the Emperor. So you could have been dealing with an Aries or an Aquarius. Really trying to heal something, it looks like, but I feel like there was maybe just too much of a battle there. It's like no matter what you did. It's kind of what it feels like to me. So it feels like you're maybe deciding to move forward and seek authority within yourself, right? To just kind of take charge and become fully independent here with this Nine of Pentacles. So let's get deeper into this. Let me put that where you can kind of see it on camera. There we go. Okay, so we have the sea. You can see she's like almost floating along. This little fairy is floating along in this little paper-made boat. It's got a weather vane on the front, and then it's got a pair of binoculars on the back. So it's like we're looking back at the past to know how to go forward. So again, using that wisdom that we've already gained to help us navigate. And she is floating on water here, so there's definitely intuition coming into play. I'm trying to see. It looks like she's lost her oars. Like if she had oars, they're gone. It's like this empty hook on the side of the boat here. So definitely just kind of going with the flow here. It may feel like things have been out of your control, your direct control, and so really the only thing you can do at this time is follow that intuition, right? And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is all about, you know, kind of going after emotional fulfillment, but it is cups. So we're talking about intuition, we're talking about emotions. There's something definitely pulling you forward, I feel like. It's not that you're walking away from something. It's like you're being pulled out of it. It's more like what it feels like. Let's see. With the King of Swords and Queen of Swords here, could definitely be dealing with an air sign, or that may be someone you have dealt with in the past. If not, I do feel like perhaps things between you and this person eventually got very direct, maybe a little sharp-tongued. Could have even been that emotions themselves were kind of being withheld here, right? Let's see. Why the King of Swords? We have the Six of Swords. And the Nine of Swords. So it does seem to me that this King of Swords energy, there's fear about moving on, even though there's clarity that it needs to happen. So this could be you or your person, right? It could be that, okay, I know I need to go, but I'm really stressed about having to make that decision. Or this person's watching you walk away and it's stressing them out that you're doing so, right? The Eight of Cups. Okay, so we're leaving in search of our wish fulfillment here, our Nine of Cups. And we have the Judgment card. So the choice has been made to do this, to move forward, seek something that's more fulfilling. I like that we have the 8, the 9, and then the 10. So I do see that there's progress here. We are making headway on that manifestation, right, that we want to see happen. So just in the month of March, right? With the Queen of Swords, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Swords. So to me, it feels like we're finally moving past the pain here. We're finally ready to remove ourselves from something that has been painful, and the timing of it is just right. The divine timing of it is just right. With that Wheel of Fortune, it's like we're ready to see things improve. Because I do feel like with all this swords activity that we're seeing here, we've been stuck in our head about this for some time, right? Especially with this Two of Swords as your center card. So it's almost kind of like, you know, when you stress about something for so long, you get tired of stressing about it and you finally just make a move because you're just tired of it kind of holding you down, right? So that's kind of what this feels like. I want to actually get a little bit more on this Three of Swords. We have the Empress. So for some of you, there could have been a third-party situation that you found out about, and so you're having to leave somebody behind here. But more so what I'm getting here is that it looks like you've kind of evolved. You've evolved here. You're looking for growth. You're looking for things to improve and grow and evolve. And that's not been happening for you with this person, right? And I don't feel like this has been an easy choice for you to make. I do feel like there's a lot of pain in having to detach yourself and remove yourself from this situation. But it just was stagnant. It was stagnant. There was not growth happening here. And that is what you're seeking. You want to go from the 8 to the 9 of Cups. You want to go from, you know, being the Queen of Swords into the Empress, or being, you know, I mean, you can see it all through this, that we want there to be movement in a more positive direction. So, and again, with the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune, divine timing, it's like perhaps something needed to shift. With this Judgment card, the decision needed to be made. But I feel like even leading up to this point, that decision was either avoided or was like postponed or whatever, because there were still some things that needed worked out here within you, right? And it could have just been doing some healing, right, from this situation. Okay, the week of the 14th, we have the Elephant. Says, learn from the past. So you know what they say about elephants, they never forget. They also have this amazing ability to remove obstacles. So 8 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 9 of Wands. So there's definitely movement forward here. Could also be some intense communication. We're going to see when we clarify. Because I'm definitely noticing the seagull on this card. It could be that it almost tries to, like, I feel like with this Two of Swords, right, this indecision kind of energy, it may be that someone here tries to suck you right back into this stuck state, You can see it's a bat that's suspended upside down here, kind of like the Hanged Man, right? So I think you might push past it this time, however. I do feel like your guard's up. And I feel like it's probably because you've been spinning in this for some time. Let's clarify. 8 of Wands. There you are, moving on, and following the intuition in order to do so. You might perhaps be leaving someone behind here that's been a bit of a player, been a little bit flighty, hot and cold, very much in and out of your life. And I heard someone say something the other day about that. This, these in and out, on and off relationships tend to happen when we've come to the end of a cycle, right? So it's like it's expired, right? And so then this desire to move forward is there, and the desire to still hold on to what we know is there, and we're kind of battling with ourselves. So it does feel like this person's already been doing that. For others of you, there's, let me get a little more on that Knight of Wands, because I also feel like there's maybe some incoming information coming. Okay, the Devil. So what was I saying about someone trying to keep you stuck? It could be that they show up in a way that's very sexy, and so it's enticing, and there could be a lot of back and forth communication going on here. Interesting. 2 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords. So it puts you into a conflicted headspace again about whether or not to walk away. So again, just be mindful of that. For me, that's one of the best things about Tarot, is that we can kind of get a flash forward picture of what's coming in, right? And a lot of times, if we're just prepared that it's going to show up, it's less of a shock when it does, and we've already had a little bit of time to think about what are we going to do about it, right? So it just kind of gives you a little bit of a heads up that that's coming in. With the 9 of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands. I think you're kind of bossing up here. And the Temperance card. So I think you've done a lot of healing. And I also feel like in some way, this person coming forward to you is kind of a little bit of a boost in confidence. It does absolutely put you in this mentally conflicted place because you've already made the decision to move on, right? And especially if you've still got feelings for this person, which to me it looks like you do. Take that as it resonates, but it could also serve to kind of boost your confidence. I want to say that for some of you, it's almost kind of healing in a way, because in the past, you may have been really second-guessing your own intuition about this situation. And I feel like perhaps that's part of why you were in conflict. You were having a hard time trusting yourself about what to do here, because perhaps their behavior or something here wasn't making sense. Maybe they were just aloof, with that King of Swords energy. That's a very cold-shouldered kind of energy here, right? Now, for others, this is a new person showing up out of nowhere, and it might even help you to decide to move on from this past person. So take it as it resonates. We got a lot of fire showing up here in this center row. So if you were dealing with an air sign in the past, we also have some Taurus and Scorpio there. This center row, there's a lot of fire and some Capricorn showing up here. So it could be that that a new hot lover shows up here, very interested in you, definitely wanting to move fast and take chances, right? Now, I don't know that that's the direction you're going to go with it, but because you have your guard up here, right? Because to me it looks like I'm not going to deal with a player. I want something solid for myself. But if that's the case for you, I do feel like it's kind of a nice healing confidence boost, right? Kind of boost your ego a little bit to get out there and get some attention. And now it's almost like you're more resolved to move forward in your own power here. So I kind of like that, right? Let's look at these priorities that are coming in this next week. Could be that you're being very careful towards the end of March here with what you're giving your energy to is kind of what I feel like. It says building blocks for life. So definitely focusing on finances here. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Trying to manifest. Like getting into full manifestation mode here is kind of what it feels like. And it's almost like you have the ability to step into this state of mind and create your 10 of Cups because you've released this kind of weight from the past, right? So it kind of frees up some of your energy to focus on what matters most to you. Let's take a peek. We got some strong Virgo showing up here, a little bit of Gemini. The Magician gets the 9 of Pentacles. Definitely focusing on work, career, finances, saving, paying off debt, maybe getting some new clothes. Yes, and being happy while single as well. I love it. Because you're definitely going to put off some seriously powerful vibes, right? Your independent energy, and we're happy about it. With the 10 of Cups, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So definitely a focus on maintaining stability in your family dynamic. So maybe you have kids with this past person, or maybe you just have kids on your own. It has nothing to do with this person, but it looks to me like you're just trying to create your dream come true life, right? Nice work-life balance, time for fun, time for relaxation, time for activities, you know, self-care, rest, hard work, you know, the whole thing, right? Oh my, we have a King of Pentacles here. Where is he coming from? With the 9 of Pentacles, we have Justice. Definitely work-life balance here. And the 2 of Swords. So it's interesting because we have the 2 of Swords as that center card here, right? And a lot of times, the, maybe not the Justice card, but who is it? Is it the statue that stands outside of, I can't remember who it is. It's a goddess that stands outside of law offices, and she holds a scale, and she's blindfolded, and she has a sword, right? So very similar to the Justice card. It's almost like what I'm getting from that is like you maybe are starting to see just how much more balance and prosperity you're able to have all on your own here. And I don't think you saw it coming because at the time, this indecision about walking away from this person was so difficult, and now that you've done it, you're like, oh, now this is kind of a relief. Now, for some of you, I want to find out who this King of Pentacles is, because now this could certainly be just you kind of bossing up in your career and really creating a stable environment for yourself, right? This could be your energy, long-term stability at home. But I'm wondering for some of you if this is not someone new showing up here. we have the Page of Wands. So there could definitely be a Taurus showing up in your future here. Oh my. And the Queen of Pentacles. So we have a pair again. It's kind of interesting because we've left a soulmate situation. We've decided on our own independence, and then of course here comes another soulmate with that same, the pentacle for each of them. So I don't even know, what am I trying to say here? I almost said same sex. For some of you, maybe it's the same sex. Not the same sex, that's not what I meant. Same suit. Jeez Louise. Okay, so yeah, there could definitely be some communication coming in here. And for some of you, if it's not someone new, I mean, we do have the Page here. So for me, that's new energy. But it could also be this past soulmate wanting to go long term with you, not wanting to let things go. Let me find out. Is this new or old? Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Chariot. To me, what that's saying is it's dealer's choice here. I actually feel like you've got more than one option coming in here. Based on that clarification. And I feel like you're going to give your energy to the thing that reciprocates, that has the potential for victory. So for some of you, if the past reaches back out with a change in attitude, you know, that might be something you consider. But I feel like if that's the case, your priority is going to be balance. It has to be balanced, equal give and take. Because we have this Justice and the Six of Pentacles here. And you want to know that if you're going to put your effort into something, it's going to succeed. I don't think you're playing anymore here, is what it feels like. For others, there is an earth sign showing up here for you that wants to give, wants things to succeed, and is definitely hot to trot for you. And I think, again, if that's the case, it's because you're putting off this very powerful magnetic energy now that you're happy and independent and manifesting like crazy. So I like this reading, Cancer. I hope you found that helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye.